Inamura, he's your Japanese Maldini. William says, think Mick is spot on. Inamura might not be a starter, but neither is he alone. Kaiser points out Dane Murray is real quality, in my opinion, fantastic potential. And I should say, I was watching it yesterday, I was taken aback by how big Dane Murray is now. He's clearly been hitting the weights. And
bulked up.
I go back to, I know a lot of people have been saying that, listen, a centre half's needed this. I think Rodgers might go with Dane Murray, Trusty, Carter Vickers, Scales. Do you think you'd be happy with that? No.
Look, if you're trying to second guess Brendan Rodgers, I think he takes a view that here's my starting 11. Where can it be improved? How can it be improved? And I think the left-sided centre half is an area which isn't as strong as his right-sided centre half.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
So, of all the options he's got in there, I think if he could find a mirror version of Cameron Carter Vickers, I think that would be something he'd want to look at. He's just going to try and make improvements in specific areas of the pitch. That's what it's all about for Brendan Rodgers. What can I tweak just to get, another 10% added value into this team? And I think left-sided centre-half would be an area that, if he got in an ideal world, he would look to improve it. As you said, maybe Trusty is the answer. Maybe he gets a full season. Maybe, and we've seen, how often have we mentioned Brendan Rodgers' ability to improve players by working with them and, sprinkling a little bit of his magic dust on them. So Trusty could be that next guy. Scales come on leaps and bounds under Brendan Rodgers. But is that an area that could be improved? I think it probably is. I think Mick's right. Probably need a couple of wingers. Maybe one of them will come on in loan because, Jota's going to be back after the turn of the year. So maybe they go and get one on loan and get one in on a more permanent basis and a striker. So, there is much still to do, and that's why Brendan Rodgers keeps on banging that drum.
Well, Kaiser says in the comments, he says, think we'll smash our transfer record this window. Also still to bring a left-back cover, 2 right wingers and a left winger, a serious partner for Carter Vickers, and the bulk of the money will be spent on a striker. Now, look, I completely agree with Mick, and I think we've agreed as well. I think Celtic will spend significant money. There's no doubt about that between now and whenever.
They've already spent a couple of quid,
aye, of course. But see the lists of positions that Kaiser mentions. Surely they're not going to a left back, a centre half, 2 wingers, a striker. That would feel a lot to get done to me, to be honest, between now and the end of the window. Well,
I've just said that a centre back, 2 wingers.
To be fair, I know.
And a striker.
Aye.
So I think that is.
I think so.
What's required. I'm not. Maybe Inamura is the answer, and maybe he's of better quality than Brendan Rodgers expected him to be. And by the sounds of it, everyone seems to be really impressed by him. From the glimpses that we've seen thus far. So maybe he's played his way in to be that Kieran Tierney understudy on the left-hand side. And also, if he does come on leaps and bounds, if he progresses, maybe he'll become the option at left-side centre-half. But listen, you only need to listen to Brendan Rodgers, the messaging, what he's saying, when he's saying, how he's saying it, to get a grasp on he feels that if he wants to, if Celtic are going to move forward this summer, he needs to make 3 or 4, valued additions to the squad.
Falconhoof says, if Brendan signs a £10 million plus player this window, that's a big statement. Do you think that? I mean, it's obviously possible, but what's your gut feeling? Do you think that will happen?
I think if Brendan Rodgers will want it to happen. I mean, look, I don't think you need to put a number on it.
Aye.
It doesn't need to be more than 10 million. It doesn't need to be more than Torrey Andre Flo.
It just needs to be the right player.
It just needs to be the right player. Now, they come at a premium, especially strikers. So you'll be looking in that ballpark. And I'm sure that Brendan Rodgers is. I'm sure he's kind of examining all options right now and encouraging the board to go after one or two of the guys that will be on near the top of his list.
So, I guess time will tell with Celtic.
It is. I keep saying it's a watching brief right now.
Aye.
And again, is it a 2-tier policy? I strongly suspect it will be. If it's not, there's going to be problems ahead.
It's going to be fascinating. I feel like we've been talking about the similar things the last couple of weeks, but I just really think I want the season to start.
It's almost there, Dan.
It's almost there.
What is it now? 2 weeks away?
Aye, 2 weeks yesterday.
Yeah.
I can't
There you
wait. Right, some of the more comments coming in. Big Rab says we need a centre back, 2-3 wingers, depending on where Maida is to be used. Maybe a striker if the right one is available. Hoopsaholic says think we need a more defensive minded understudy to Calmac. Joe says I don't think we need left back to cover for KT. Inamura's never a centre back. Lacks physicality. Left back's preferred position unless it's a young Scottish left back to meet the homegrown rule. Sorry, just before we move on from Celtic, Keith, just want someone else in the comments mentioned this. I would, just my personal opinion, I don't think there's much chance now, regardless of the offer, of another big exit like Maeda, Hatate.
I think Hatate, that one for me,
It's still got legs.
is still in play.
Aye.
Yeah,
I just think I think because they sold Kuhn, I think they might go, we're not having two big exits this summer.
Well, that's going to depend on where Hatate's head is at now. I think there's been some very positive noises coming out, hasn't there? I think, and he's certainly looked impressive early doors in the pre-season. He's got a couple of goals in these pre-season matches. So maybe he's in a happier place than he was 6 months ago. And so if he is, then I would agree. I don't think, certainly people will worry all the way up to the window closing, is somebody going to come in and put an offer on the table for Maeda? And what does Celtic do if the number's big?
Yeah.
But I don't see that happening. I think Maeda is settled, happy. He's slotted straight back in. Looks as if he's not missed a beat. I see him doing press-ups after coming off the pitch.
I know.
That
was mad,
the guy's crazy.
I know.
Fitness fanatic, and he looks as if he's ready to tear it up again this season. Was it the weekend? He set up a goal. Was it for Yang?
Yeah, think so. Yeah.
And it was terrific play down the left hand side,
down the left,
and it was a great ball in, and it was the thing that we used to criticise Maeda for, that final ball, that once he gets into the penalty box, can he pick out the pass, can he shoot, can he, that was the quality that was missing from his game, and it was why, and we laughed about it saying, well, if he could score and assist,
He would have been Scotland.